This is a Proline video camcorder that I'm hoping is exactly like the one, kind of like the one I had in 1990 when I lived in Chicago. And it was the best camcorder. This came from Japan, but also came from Portland, Oregon. Came from Portland, Oregon. Here's the nice box. Panasonic. I've got high hopes. The new model. This looks wonderful. The AG 188. An exact duplicate with microphone jack. This is an exact duplicate of the kind of camcorder I started out with. So soon we'll be ready to go. And up until 1933, from 1913 to 1933, there was an interurban electric railroad that ran from downtown St. Joseph to Kansas City. And today we're going to trace most of that route. An electric railroad travels south out of St. Joseph toward Kansas City. Hey, it went past this Quaker Oats plant that's on the south side of St. Joseph. And there are still rails down here, but these are for the Burlington Northern.
We have a pathway to the road bed, the railroad bed that we were looking at.
Hey, all right. Well, there's a pathway down there. Let's check it out.
It goes up actually, and we think that the train went along a lower bed here, and that there was kind of banks on both sides, and we're going to go check.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, it's rock.
Yeah. This is called ballast, I believe. It consists of rocks.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that's what lines this whole...
Well, it is the railroad bed here in the spring foliage.
I think here's more of that rock that this is not natural.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Here to the left, you can see some a couple of rail ties.
Rail ties?
Yeah. My left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here they are.
Okay, we do have some rail ties there.
Yes, we do.
County highway, and we get to this bridge. A bridge that goes over what used to be the railroad.
The railroad went under here?
Yeah.
the pillars. Find it. Maybe that'd help figure it out.
Road and trying to find more clues. Here's an electric box of some kind sitting out here, and I'm pretty sure that this had something to do with that electric urban railroad.
Pedro says this must be crossing gates, because what I found was this thing has Griswold, it's Griswold, G-R-I-S-W-O-L-D, Signal Company from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Griswold Signal Company.
Yes, right here. You'll have to take
Close up. Griswold Signal Company.
R.S. Company, Railroad, R.R.
R.R.
And then it says start,
Uh-huh.
and you lift this up,
Right.
and you push,
Right.
and it says stop, and you lift this up, and
And
then
it says
push,
stop. Okay.
And a wasp's nest.
Discovered is to our right is a guardrail, and that's made out of a railroad tie. That's a railroad track right there.
It is.
A railroad track, isn't it?
Yes, sure is. Well, it's awfully.
It's been twisted.
And what, this is more of it?
Yeah.
But it's skinnier than what you think it would
Oh.
be. But I bet that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. As we near this country road, discovered that the country road's name is Interurban.
Now, Deborah found these two.
Yeah.
And it's a big spike and, I don't know,
That's
it's got
a
a
rivet.
round a rivet.
Or
Okay.
a bolt.
Let's see that again in your hands, up close here.
Oh, okay.
All right. And Debbie? And you found that one, Debbie?
Yes. But KJ found the best one.
The coolest spike.
It sure is.
Because it's more bent up. Debbie thinks it might have been like handmade or something, whereas the other one is looks more to be tooled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Debbie
She
is.
Yeah. So are we gonna take these back for the Railroad Museum?
I think we should. We should take them back to the Railroad Museum. We're going to set up in my house.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
If we find a lot, though, we can start to sell them, maybe.
Sell them?
We see some concrete bunkers where a bridge used to be that covers that a creek that's down there.
This is the track. This is where the train went. So people that were riding on the train had the same experience we have.
Oh.
Yeah.
With the lines of
This-
straight lines of trees on the side.
This county
Yeah.
road, this is the county road, and it is called Interurban is the name of this road.
Ed will say interurban quite a bit through this film.
Yes, and he'll also, his speech is a little stilted, I've noticed.
And there's a sign that's coming up that probably has interurban road on it.
Practically the end of our trip down the old interurban railroad line that ran from St. Joseph, Missouri to Kansas City and back and forth. And we're still on the interurban here. And we're getting closer to Kansas City. At the end of the road, we're going to be in Kansas City in a moment. And we've traveled pretty much, but there's one thing I want to show you, and that's the name of this road over here to the left. About 3 or 4 miles from downtown Kansas City, and I think it's pretty significant that the last vestige of the old railroad is this street here, and it's called St. Joe Road. Hey, let's see that Kansas City skyline, then we'll go eat. Okay? The Missouri River and bridges across the river to Kansas City. Railroad bridge, and I'm standing underneath the highway bridge. But it's kind of interesting. If we look down here, we see another one of these MHTDRW railway markers. The same thing we saw all the way up the road to St. Joe. Now Debbie's found the 1913 map of Buchanan County, and we're going to examine it to see if there's any clues.
Here, I also noticed the name sites on this.
Right, 1913 was when the electric railroad opened, but the railroad to Savannah was opened in 1911. We'll see what goes on here.
It blows me away when I see things like this is an American publishing company, like it's global, but it was on 302 South 3rd Street that made this map.
Traces the railroad that we follow. There's Ajax Road and stuff. And it's on this highway map of St. Joseph. And they're on this map here. Here's the same railroad. And it's the Santa Fe. Now, the Kansas City, Clay County Urban Electric Railroad is over here. And so it's several blocks to the other side. And we just have to figure out where they're at on this latest map. Okay?
We're here at the library, and Debbie has told me to be quiet. But we have studied these maps, and I have made the discovery that the particular tracks that we traced outside of St. Joseph actually belong to the Santa Fe Railroad. And according to this map, the Kansas City and Clay County Electric Railroad, the Interurban Railroad, its actual tracks were several blocks, 3 or 4 blocks to the west. So, what we've concluded is that we've been tracing the wrong railroad tracks.